Yeah. Hello guys. This is Dr. Mahendar. So here today we are going to cover a short demo on this data science. What exactly this data science and what concepts we are going to cover under the data science and what are the real world applications we are going to solve under the data science. These are all the things we are going to cover. So sir, what is this data science and why we are learning this? Is this really important now? These are all the questions we are going to solve, right? So first, under this course, we are going to start with Python because here to solve any kind of problem, we need the data, right? This data collection is required. Then pre-processing of this data, that is also required. And analysis of data, that is also required. After analyzing, you need to draw the patterns out of this data, or you need to learn the patterns, or you need to do the predictions, right? These are all the things we need to do either by using machine learning or deep learning. So to perform all these actions, we need a programming language. So that is the reason we are starting with Python. Python, it's a programming language. By using this, what you can do, you can do all these operations. You can collect the data, you can do the pre-processing. Pre-processing means if you have any duplicate values, if you have any null values, or if you want to add some more data, or if you want to remove some more data. These are all the different kinds of techniques. They comes under the pre-processing. And once pre-processing is done, then you will do the analysis with some statistics. Out of that analysis, you need to draw the patterns either by using machine learning, deep learning. So there you have the different algorithms. To write the code or to implement these algorithms, we need a programming language, that is Python, right? That is the reason first we are starting with Python. Most of them, they will have doubt, sir, I don't know any language, I don't know C++, Java, can I learn this Python directly? Yes, as a beginner from 6th class you can learn this Python straight away. Any other basics, you no need to learn, you can start Python directly, right? So that is the reason we are starting with the Python. Now the next question is, sir, how deep we are going to cover this Python? Whatever the libraries, whatever the concepts which are required for this machine learning, deep learning, I am going to cover all the stuff in the module 1. Sir, how many modules the course is? But total course is 8 modules. So out of 8 modules, the module 1 is first basics of Python, right? There we are going to cover what is this Python, why we are learning this Python and all. Then followed by what are the data structures we have to store the data, to manipulate the data, to search the data, to sort the data, to update the data. So all those data structures we are going to cover. Like we are going to cover the list, set, dictionary, and then tuple. These are all the data structures we are going to cover within this module 1 only. Along with this, we are going to cover the functions, because wherever you want to perform a lightweight task, then you need the function. You need to understand how to create a function, how to pass the data to the function, how to retrieve the data from a function, how to return the value from a function. They're all the stuff we are going to cover under the functions. Once it is done, under module 1 only, we are going to cover the advanced libraries which are not there in any other programming language. So, sir, what libraries we are going to cover? NumPy is one library, Pandas is another library, Matplot is another library, and Seaborn is another library, and sklearn is another library. So these are all the libraries we are going to cover under the module 1 itself. Sir, what are all these libraries? Why we are picking these libraries? The reason is, here you can ask a question, sir, why we are picking only Python? Why can't we go with Java, or why can't we go with .NET or C Sharp or any other programming language to implement this machine learning or deep learning? So there are so many programming languages in the universe. CUDA, Kotlin, Swift, Unreal. There are so many programming languages. Why we are working only with Python? The reason is whatever the machine learning or deep learning or this artificial intelligence or whatever you are talking, the advanced technologies which may be Gen AI or agentic AI or LLMs, large language models or VLMs, right? All these they need the libraries. Those libraries we don't have in any other programming language. The only one programming language which have all these libraries, so that is Python. That is the reason everyone is learning Python. That is the reason everyone is using Python. There is no alternate to implement this AI. So the Python is only the one programming language which is providing all the libraries to implement this machine learning, deep learning, artificial intelligence, or Gen AI or agentic AI or transformers or LLMs, VLMs. So that is the reason we are all working with this Python, right? So these are all the advanced libraries which are there only in Python. That's what we are learning the Python. Sir, what is this NumPy, Pandas? Why these are all we are using? But basically, the NumPy is a module. It's a predefined module. We can treat it as a library which deals with the statistics. Wherever you want to work with one-dimensional data, two-dimensional data, three-dimensional data, or n-dimensional data, or if you want to work with matrix kind of data, then we use this NumPy module. Now, sir, what about these pandas? But a pandas which is related to data analysis. Sir, I have the data. I want to convert the data into data set or data frame, or I want to find a null value. I want to remove a null value. I want to replace a null value, or I want to find a mean of it, medium of it, mode of it, standard deviation. So if you want to perform this kind of operations, then we need this pandas. Then, sir, what about this matplot library? For basic visualization, we use this matplot library. Let's say I have the data, sir. I want to represent the data in a line graph manner. Sir, I want to represent the data in a bar chart. So, sir, I want to represent the data in a pie chart. So, if you want to represent the data, then we use this matplot library. Then, sir, what about this CPON? But a CPON is for advanced visualization. That is for comparative visualization. Sir, on day one, how many members visited the restaurant? That can be done by using Matplot. But what you want is, sir, on day one, how many members visited? Out of that, how many males are there? How many females are there? If males are there, how many smokers are there? How many non-smokers are there? This kind of comparative analysis you wanted to display again, then we use this CBON. Sir, what about this scikit-learn library? But this is a library which is the one dealing with all predefined models. Sir, I have the standard algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression, support vector machine, decision tree. This is a way there are so many predefined models. All those machine learning, deep learning models, they are available under the scikit-learn. Just you import it and use that particular class and execute your task. That is the reason they kept this scikit-learn library. So these are all comes under the module 1 beta. Now in module 1, you are understanding the basics and the libraries. Sir, fine, we are done with the module 1. Then what about the module 2? So you are understood the basics and libraries. Then by using them, you need to understand how to collect the data, right? Because by using this entire AI or data science, what we are doing, we have to build some product. So for that, what we need the data. You should collect the data, and then you should pre-process the data, and then you should analyze the data. Sir, is this comes under the data analysis? Of course. So that is the part we are going to cover under the module 2, explorative data analysis. That is the part we are going to cover under the module 2. There, what statistics are involved, how we are doing. So what are the different techniques to do the data analysis? What is this univariant? What is this bivariant? Right? What is this multivariant? So these are all the stuff we are the data analysis things we are going to cover under the module 2. sir, is this really required? Yes, beta. If you are not analyzing the data, then you cannot understand your business or you cannot understand your problem statement. So before solving, first you need to analyze and you need to get some picture out of it so that you can give a proper solution to that particular data. That is the reason the data analysis, the module 2 is also important. Sir, fine. We know basics, we know libraries, we understood the statistical stuff of that particular data. Then what next? But coming to the third module, there we start our machine learning. What is this machine learning? Why we are going to use this machine learning? What is the important out of the uh, technologies? Why we are picking this machine learning? What algorithms comes under the machine learning? Right? These are all the stuff. So there we have in machine learning total we have the three different types of machine learnings are there, beta. Supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, reinforcement machine learning. By covering these, there are the 8 to 9 algorithms are there. So we are going to cover all algorithms along with the examples. The learning pattern of uh, these sessions are two different. So the others they will teach and they will explain the things just like that. But what we are doing is this is two different. First we will understand the theory part, then we will understand the statistical part, then we will write the code to the model, and then that we will apply to the real world problem and we write it, we execute it. This is how we are going to learn our every algorithm, which may be machine learning or deep learning. Step by step, this is the way we are going to learn the things, right? In all sessions, not for one algorithm. This process is going to repeat for all algorithms, right? Now the biggest question is, sir, what is this machine learning? Why we are learning this? So how this machine learning is different from the deep learning? So to understand this, we need to understand a bit deep about the data. Basically, this data is of different types. Beta. The data is there are called as a structured data and then unstructured data. So what is this structured data? If you have the data in a table format, then that is called as a structured data. If you have the data in a, that in the sense you don't, if you have labels, for example here, this is how you have the clear labels. This is input 1, input 2, input 3. These three inputs are generating this output 1. So this kind of data is a labeled data, right? Or structured data. Now if you have the data in the form of image, if you have the data in the form of audio, or if you have the data in the form of video, then this is the unstructured data. So there you don't have the labels. You don't have the proper labels. So to understand this unstructured data, to get the data out of this, then we use the different kind of technique. So to process this structured data, we use supervised machine learning. To process this unstructured data, we use unsupervised machine learning. So under supervised machine learning, there are the different algorithms to process this structured data. Under unsupervised machine learning, to process this, we have the different techniques. This is the way what happened. The algorithms are divided based on the data, right? Now, sir, as a fresher, I cannot understand all these things. Can you give a simple example? What exactly the machine learning, how it is going to happen? Beta, earlier we have the rule-based programming language. That in a sense, we should write the rules like if marks greater than 35, you are saying yes, you are pass. Otherwise, else you are saying you are fail. So according to these rules, the program is going to be executed. But now when it comes to machine learning and the deep learning, so this doesn't work. What we will do, we will give the huge amount of data to the model, right? There you have the 100 students information, like student 1, right? He got the marks of 27, so he got the result as fail. Student 2, 36, pass. Student 3, 99, pass. Student 4, 14, fail. So this is a way we will provide the 100 students data, right? This data we will pass to the, assume this is the complete data which is there as a data set, right? This data set we will pass to the machine learning model, right? What the machine learning has to do, it need to learn the things from the data. It will go through this complete data set. It will observe the data. Acha, student got 27, he got grade as fail, 36 pass. That in the sense, in between 27 to 36 there is a benchmark which is deciding this pass or fail. 99 pass, 14 fail. This is a way it goes through the entire data, and it will learn the patterns from the data. So whenever the user is giving the new data, so I got 15 marks, what will be the result? So based on the learned things, it has to predict for the new thing. Then it will start analyzing. Acha, for this marks 15, so there will be a grade that is called as fail, because student who got 27, he is failed. So that is the reason what it will do. The benchmark, it will decide it as a 27. If the data is with the 30, so then below 30 it will take it as fail. If the data is 35, then this is how what it will do. It learns from the data, and then it predicts for the new data, right? This is how this entire the machine learning process is going to be happen. So what exactly we are trying to do here? But we will train the existing data, and we will try to predict the future things. For example, let's say we have the weather data. So we will take it as a data set, and we create a machine learning model. We will train the existing weather reports, right, from 2000 to 2026 or 25. This is the data, this period 25 years data we will take, and we will train the machine learning model. And what I am asking, so today is May 15th at 8:30 p.m. So what will be the weather, right? Is it sunny or overcast or rainy, or how the humidity, what will be the wind? So this is a question I am asking to the model. Then model is able to tell based on the trained data. So because of these weather conditions, the temperature may be in between 50 to 16 degrees Celsius. The wind will be like this, moderate. So this is a way it will tell you exactly what is going to happen on that particular time, right? So this is it is able to guess because of the existing trained data. Based on the existing trained data, it is able to predict the output for the new given label, right? This is how the machine learning is going to work, right? So this is fine. So then what is the use of this deep learning? The machine learning is for finding or understanding or drawing the patterns of the uh, patterns from the existing data, and if we are giving the new label, it is predicting the future trends. That is fine. So why this deep learning? Better, if you are dealing with the text information, textual information, then machine learning can handle these things. But if you are giving a image, and if you are asking the a model to detect something or find something, then this machine learning is not suitable. Wherever the images, audio, video, these things comes into picture, then there the deep learning comes into picture, right? For example, sir, I have an image, right? I'm passing this image to the model. I'm asking, is this cat or dog? Then the model has to tell, yes, it is a cat, no, it's a dog, no, it's a rat or mat. So this is a way the model has to predict what the image has. So when it comes to image recognition or facial recognition, there this machine learning doesn't work, right? So there the deep learning comes into picture, right? So there we have artificial neural network, convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network, LSTM. These are all the different techniques. We have to deal with this audio, video, images, right? That is a major difference between the machine learning to the deep learning, right? So module 3, module 4, module 5, module 6, this completely deals with the machine learning. Module 7, module 8, they completely deals with the deep learning. This is how we are going to cover our course. This is the way the course is split into the 8 modules, right? Chalo guys, any questions? Yes. If you have any questions, you can ask me, beta. Anish.
Yeah, sorry, that's
Yeah.
my son's name. I'm Mona Lisa. So I just wanted
Yeah.
to understand like how difficult or I mean, what will be the complexity like if I don't come from a coding
Got it.
background, yeah, right?
So I'm belongings to BBA or law or
Uh-huh.
some other stream. Can I understand this data science?
Yes,
So can I learn this? Is this difficult or how much time I need to spare on this? These are
yes,
your questions, correct? Yeah.
yes.
So the thing is, whatever the technologies which we are talking, this AI or machine learning or deep learning, this is going to enter in every field, which may be medical or law or administrative or software or hardware, whatever the field. So the thing is, whether we are able to understand or not, we need to learn this. This is the first factor. Second factor is, sir, how difficult it is. Beta, here, whatever we are talking about the module one, there is no super special knowledge is required. A sixth class, fifth class candidate can learn. So, you are passed here. Coming to the second part, statistics. Whatever we did in the 8th, ninth, 10th, apart from these statistics, you don't have much deep statistics. Then, third module, it is new for the entire world, machine learning, deep learning. So, when it comes to the coding part, there you need to work hard. If the engineering guy is doing for 1 hour in a day, then you should do at least 2 to 3 hours in a day. That is the only difficult part you need to handle. The rest of the things you can understand well, and this is completely the new concept. That's what you need to listen, understand, and practice. Then only you can do well in this data science. Got it?
Got it, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
And any prerequisites like we should come with, I mean, come
Mm.
prepared for the class?
Yeah, not required because the entire module one is a prerequisite that we are covering. Because most of them they are working, they don't find the time, so they will come from the different streams. Now we have the ongoing batch, we have the last students, so
Mhm.
they don't find the time to refer the prerequisite. That's what the entire module one is prerequisite that we are doing for a week. Any other questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you.